Power. It's not just influence. It's the invisible force that decides who rises and who falls. Imagine holding in your hands the 48 hidden laws that emperors, cunning ministers, and ruthless leaders have used for centuries to conquer enemies, command loyalty, and bend the world to their will. But beware, these laws are not for the faint of heart. One wrong move, and power will destroy you. One clever step, and the world will bow at your feet. These are not moral lessons. They are survival strategies in the ruthless game of life. Are you ready to learn the rules before they're used against you?
Hello, everyone, and hi, all. Welcome to Book Podcast Zone. I'm your host, Emma, ready to explore some incredible insights.
And I'm John.
Here to help us truly dissect these principles, connecting the historical dots to the underlying currents of influence in our modern world. We're really looking forward to this journey with you.
Today, we're taking an unfiltered deep dive into Robert Greene's seminal work, The 48 Laws of Power. This isn't just a book, it's a masterclass in strategy, really.
A collection of insights from thousands of years of human history.
Exactly. Revealing the often unspoken rules of the game of power. Greene does this amazing job compiling a dramatic summary of these laws.
Yeah, weaving in key ideas, historical context, and real-life examples, too.
And showing how they still play out today, which is fascinating.
It is. What's truly compelling, I think, is how these laws kind of transcend ethical considerations.
Right. There is less about good versus bad.
And more about objective observation, a stark look at human nature, social dynamics, as they really exist.
So our mission today is to unpack these nuggets of knowledge.
Explore their deep historical roots and see how they keep showing up in our modern world, especially, in the U.S. context.
It's about being well-informed, isn't it? Not just about history, but about the forces shaping things right now.
Precisely. We'll look at figures from, ancient emperors right up to today's business titans and political leaders.
See how they embody these principles.
Yeah.
Sometimes consciously, sometimes maybe not so much.
Instinctively, perhaps, and what that actually means for us, for you listening.
So what does this all mean for you? It means gaining a kind of shortcut, maybe.
Yeah, a shortcut to understanding those invisible threads that dictate who rises, who falls.
And how influence truly works. Whether you're, climbing the corporate ladder,
Or navigating a social circle, or even just trying to make sense of current events.
we're going to break down these powerful strategies, make them digestible,
Offering you a unique, pragmatic lens to view the world.
and understand those silent battles being fought all around us. Sound good?
Let's dive in.
Okay. Kicking off our journey, let's explore Law 1. Never outshine the master.
Ah, a classic. And maybe one of the trickiest to navigate.
Definitely. Greene's core insight here is that, human ego is a fragile thing, isn't it?
Very. And overstepping your superior, making them look less brilliant than they think they are.
That can trigger immediate jealousy, resentment.
Which almost inevitably leads to trouble. Your downfall, potentially. It's a profound lesson in managing perception.
He really emphasizes that you have to always make your superiors feel smarter, more capable.
Let them bask in the limelight.
Yeah. The key ideas seem to revolve around using, subtle flattery.
Subtle is the key word. To ease their insecurities, while you quietly build your own skills in the background.
It's about support, not overshadowing.
Exactly. Making sure your own rise doesn't feel like a direct threat to the person above you.
Greene brings up that historical example, Nicolas Fouquet.
Oh, yeah. The finance minister to King Louis XIV.
His mistake was, what? Being too good at his job, too flashy.
Essentially, yes. His lavish parties, his incredible estate, it all inadvertently outshone the king himself.
A serious error in judgment.
A grievous error. Led to his swift arrest, lifelong imprisonment. His own brilliance became his undoing because he failed to manage his master's ego.
Wow. So it's not just about avoiding trouble.
No, it's more strategic than that. It's a pathway to making yourself indispensable, but without being seen as a rival.
Ah, okay. So the deeper insight is
It's making yourself essential to your master's success, shifting the dynamic.
from potential competitor to indispensable helper,
Yeah.
enabler.
Precisely. Your value then becomes tied to their reign, their success, rather than presenting a challenge to it.
That requires a delicate balance, though. Ambition versus deference.
Absolutely. Understanding that your immediate power often flows from your master's goodwill.
Okay, thinking about modern examples. Political maneuvers come to mind.
For sure.
Consider Donald Trump, maybe in his 2024, 2025 activities, he endorsed allies like J.D. Vance.
Right. He lent them his influence, which is considerable, empowered their campaigns.
But, and this is key, He always made sure the ultimate authority, the spotlight, stayed firmly on him,
He keeps them loyal, elevates them, but never lets them steal his thunder.
solidifying his role as the kingmaker.
Exactly. His allies rise, but always within his orbit. It amplifies his influence, doesn't diminish it.
Like, subscribe, and share for more updates, and let's continue to the next powerful law. Okay, building on that idea of strategic deference, let's look at Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends, learn how to use enemies.
This one feels counterintuitive, doesn't it? Especially in our culture that values loyalty so much.
Totally. But Green's insight is sharp.
Mm.
He says friends can betray you out of envy, or maybe just get complacent.
Whereas former enemies, if you genuinely win them over, can become fiercely loyal out of gratitude.
So the key ideas are, be wary of close ties, breeding vulnerability.
And instead, harness the energy, the motivation of former foes. It's provocative.
He uses that historical example, Emperor Sung,
Right, who defeated his enemy, King Shu, but instead of crushing him,
hosted him lavishly.
yeah,
Right.
a
Yep.
bold move. And it worked. It converted hatred into a strong alliance.
So the former enemy fought harder for Sung than maybe a friend would have.
That's the claim. Driven by gratitude, perhaps a need to prove loyalty.
If we connect this to the bigger picture,
Mm.
it really urges us to rethink alliances and loyalty, doesn't it?
Radically. It suggests gratitude, especially from someone you've lifted up, can be stronger than assumed loyalty.
Friends might take your success for granted,
Mm.
or even resent it secretly.
It's possible. While someone you've helped rise from defeat feels a deep need to prove their allegiance, it's a deep dive into human psychology, often unpredictable.
Here's where it gets really interesting today. In the cutthroat tech wars of the 2020s,
Oh, yeah.
intense competition.
We've seen rivals, former competitors, actually team up against bigger threats.
The enemy of my enemy.
Exactly. Think about Elon Musk sometimes. He aligns with critics, even former adversaries, if it helps his larger goals.
He does have a knack for flipping perceived threats into assets.
Yeah, he might engage with someone who is critical, but if there's a shared goal, a mutual enemy.
He's shown he's willing to bring them in. It shows that power of converting opposition into an unexpected force.
Leveraging their past energy in a new way. Okay, moving on. Law 3, conceal your intentions.
Mystery is power.
Right. Greene says mask your true goals. Use distractions, false trails.
Even feigned disinterest. Keep others off balance so they can't make counter moves.
The key ideas. Use decoys, ambiguity. Don't reveal your hand too early. Bismarck is the classic example here. Otto von Bismarck.
Feigned disinterest in German unification for years.
While meticulously plotting it, letting other powers underestimate him, drop their guard.
His public persona was a deliberate misdirection.
And that gap between appearance and reality, that was his strategic advantage.
What's fascinating is how, in an age that supposedly champions transparency,
Radical transparency.
the strategic secrecy becomes even sharper, a more potent tool.
It allows you to guard your own plans, definitely, but also maybe discern the true intentions of others.
How so?
Well, if someone seems too open or their actions don't quite match their words.
This law suggests you should dig deeper.
Exactly. Recognize that an obscured intention might signal a calculated strategy.
Let's think corporate context. Takeovers.
Oh, yeah. Companies announce one thing, plan another. Happens all the time.
Consider Elon Musk again, maybe with Tesla's world-saving missions in the 2020s.
There's definitely a noble facade there. Genuine environmental goals, sure.
But did it also mask aggressive market grabs? Strategic moves against competitors?
You could argue it did. The grand vision captivated the public, diverted attention.
Allowing more pragmatic, maybe even ruthless business strategies to unfold underneath.
It's a masterful blend, isn't it? Inspiring rhetoric and hard-nosed execution.
Where the noble cause acts as a strategic smokescreen.
Precisely. For other, perhaps less altruistic intentions.
Okay, next up. Law 4. Always say less than necessary.
Elegantly simple, this one, but powerful.
Greene's insight. Talking too much invites errors,
Hmm.
reveals weaknesses, dilutes your influence.
While brevity, silence even, builds an aura of control. Wisdom, strength.
So the key ideas are, speak only what's needed,
And let others fill the void. Let them interpret.
which often works in your favor, he argues, allows them to project their own desires onto your words.
Talleyrand is the historical example, the French diplomat.
Right. Survived multiple revolutions, regimes, basically by saying very little.
He observed, listened intently, let others overspeak and make mistakes.
Preserving his own position, subtly increasing his influence.
If we connect this to the broader landscape, words are weapons, right?
Definitely.
Wielding them sparingly creates mystique, prevents you from committing too early or revealing vulnerabilities.
It's about impact over quantity.
Totally. In a world saturated with noise, the person who speaks less often commands more attention. Their words carry more weight.
And it puts the burden of interpretation on others.
Which, as we just saw, can be subtly manipulated.
So what does this all mean for you listening? Think about maybe Donald Trump's vague 2024 campaign promises.
Like secure the border.
Exactly. By saying less, just giving the headline.
He allowed supporters to fill in the details with their own desires, their own expectations.
Avoiding specifics that could backfire or alienate people.
The ambiguity lets a broader audience project their hopes onto his statements. Makes the message resonate without committing him to potentially divisive detail.
It's a powerful tactic for maintaining broad appeal. Avoids being pinned down.
Definitely keeps opponents guessing, too.
Moving on to Law 5. So much depends on reputation guard. It with your life.
Ah, reputation. Your most vital asset, Greene says.
It's your shield and your sword. Must be nurtured fiercely, defended against all smears.
Because it shapes how the world perceives you, right? Before you even open your mouth.
Key ideas. Craft an image that precedes you. Deters attacks. Amplifies your strengths.
Joan of Arc is the historical case study here.
Her reputation as a holy warrior rallied France. A powerful image. An essential weapon.
But when that image was smeared, accusations of heresy.
Her power just crumbled. Led to her tragic end. Shows how quickly a perception can be destroyed.
It underscores that your reputation isn't just perception. In the eyes of others, it is your reality.
It dictates interactions.
Yeah.
Opens or closes doors based on preconceived notions.
Which raises that important question, how are you actively crafting and defending your own narrative in a world constantly trying to define you?
It's not about lying, necessarily.
No, but about strategically presenting yourself.
Yeah.
Controlling the information that shapes how people see you.
Because once a reputation is damaged,
it's incredibly hard to repair, making its protection absolutely paramount.
Let's bring this into the modern context. The 2020s. Keanu Reeves, maybe?
The kind guy vibe, yeah.
Meticulously cultivated through viral stories, consistent public behavior. It's a carefully guarded reputation.
And it's largely protected him, hasn't it? Endeared him to millions. Reinforced his image.
Or, on the political side, consider how Donald Trump consistently reframes his 2025 legal battles.
As witch hunts.
Right. That framing is a direct defense of his reputation, bolstering his fighter image among supporters.
Even amidst significant legal challenges. By controlling the narrative around these events.
He aims to maintain his base's perception.
Yeah.
Victim of political persecution, not someone facing legitimate legal issues.
That aggressive defense, regardless of objective facts, is a classic application of this law.
Okay, our final law in this first part is Law 6. Court attention at all costs.
This one is pretty unequivocal. Visibility fuels power. Obscurity equals weakness.
It's better to be controversial, talked about,
then ignored and forgotten.
Bad.
Fading into anonymity.
The key ideas. Be bold, unique, ever-present, stand out fiercely.
P.T. Barnum, the legendary circus impresario.
Master of hype and spectacle, turning oddities into must-see attractions.
Always ensuring his name, his show, were in the public eye. He understood that being talked about, even negatively,
was far better than fading away.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it reveals a fundamental truth of power, doesn't it?
Which is?
In a crowded, noisy world, to have influence, you first need to be seen, noticed.
You can't influence what people don't know about.
The choice is often stark, shine bright, strategically, or just disappear.
It's not just vanity. It's establishing a presence that can't be ignored.
Ensuring your influence is felt simply by being ever present, shaping the conversation around you.
Here's where it gets really interesting in contemporary American politics. In 2025,
Trump's provocative executive orders on universities, for example.
Exactly. Whether you agree with the policies or not, the sheer volume of attention they generated
ensured he remained central to the national conversation, dominated public discourse.
Or think back to the 2000s, Britney Spears.
Constant media storms, chaos, often.
But undeniably, it sustained her fame, kept her relevant in pop culture for ages.
The controversies themselves became a form of attention courting, solidified her icon status.
Even amidst personal struggles.
Yeah.
By just remaining front and center.
It's a powerful, if sometimes dangerous, law.
Definitely. Okay, let's take a quick pause here. When we come back, we'll dive into part 2, strategic maneuvering.
Sounds good. Lots more to unpack.
Welcome back. We're now transitioning into part 2, strategic maneuvering, starting with Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit.
This one often rubs people the wrong way. It sounds exploitative.
It can seem that way. Greene's core insight, though, is about efficiency in pursuing power.
Leveraging others' efforts to multiply your reach, your accomplishments, without expending your own sweat.
The essentials are: inspire teams with a grand vision. Then, skillfully step forward for the applause.
Position yourself as the visionary conductor, not just one of the musicians.
Thomas Edison is the historical example given. He built those research labs.
Where brilliant minds contributed to inventions, yeah.
But he meticulously ensured his name was branded on the breakthroughs.
Solidifying his public image as the primary inventor, even if others laid the groundwork.
It raises that important question, doesn't it? How do you motivate a team to deliver incredible results?
While simultaneously positioning yourself as the undeniable visionary leader.
It's an art. Delegation, strategic credit attribution, effective inspiration.
The leader provides direction, resources, the compelling vision. But the hands-on labor is managed through others.
The skill lies in making those contributors feel valued, essential.
Even as the ultimate public recognition and credit accrue to you, amplifying your personal power, your perceived genius.
It's a fine line to walk.
A very fine line.
For a stark modern example, Elizabeth Holmes at Theranos in the 2010s.
Oh, definitely. She rallied staff with that talk of world-changing tech, inspired immense dedication.
Well, they were doing the detailed scientific work or, trying to.
She was the charismatic public face, consistently pocketing the credit for their efforts, their supposed breakthroughs.
Until the facade cracked, obviously.
Right. But for a time, it was highly effective. A harsh demonstration of how a leader can command resources and labor while being the sole recipient of public recognition.
Even when the substance isn't really there.
Precisely.
Okay, next up, Law 8. Make other people come to you, use bait if necessary.
This is about shifting the power dynamics in your favor.
Right. Pull others into your orbit. Conserve your energy. Dictate the terms of engagement on your home turf.
The key ideas offer irresistible incentives or meticulously craft situations that naturally draw others in.
Rather than you having to expend energy chasing them.
Cleopatra is the classic example. Enticing powerful Roman leaders, Caesar, Antony,
to her court in Egypt.
Yeah.
Forcing them to come to her on her terms.
She made herself the alluring center of gravity, drew the most powerful men in the world into her sphere, where she held the advantages.
What's fascinating here is that psychological game. Creating desire. Making yourself the desired entity.
You become the magnet, not the chaser. Conserving your resources while others expend theirs trying to reach you.
Puts you in a position of strength immediately.
Allows you to set the agenda, dictate terms, control the flow, rather than being reactive.
It's about being desired and strategically leveraging that desire.
For your long-term advantage.
For a contemporary example, think about tech giants in the 2020s.
Baiting smaller startups.
Yeah, with promises of lucrative partnerships or even acquisition.
The allure of vast resources, market reach, capital. It's almost irresistible for a small company.
So the startup comes to them, lured by the promise, expending effort, revealing innovations.
Only to sometimes be absorbed completely, or maybe even discarded once their IP is understood.
The bigger company conserves energy, dictates terms, all by offering the right bait.
It happens frequently.
Okay, now let's dive into Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument.
Simple, powerful. Deeds speak louder than words.
Greene's insight. Demonstrable results, silence doubters, build undeniable credibility, prove your worth far more effectively than rhetoric or debate.
The key idea. Let your accomplishments argue for you. Prove points through execution, not verbal sparring.
Napoleon Bonaparte's battlefield victories
were his most powerful arguments, absolutely. Silenced political rivals, secured his power far more effectively than any speech could.
His successes on the field translated directly into political capital. Undeniably.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it highlights a crucial lesson. Actions roar, where words often just whisper.
Why should you care?
Because proving your worth through tangible results is often the most convincing, irrefutable form of persuasion, especially in a skeptical world tired of empty promises.
It's about building a track record that becomes undeniable.
Making your case with concrete outcomes, not just assertions.
Here's where it gets really interesting in a modern context. 2025. During Trump's administration.
Those specific executive orders targeting firms involved in post-election legal challenges.
Exactly. It showed decisive action over prolonged talks. His supporters saw concrete moves, tangible impact.
Rather than just promises or policy debates, the act itself became the powerful message,
A public demonstration of intent, willingness to wield power directly.
which resonated far more powerfully with his base than any explanation might have. Tangible execution, bypassing mere argument, a prime example of this law.
Up next, we consider Law 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky.
A stark warning, this one.
Greene's insight. Negative influences, chronic pessimism, misfortune, incompetence are highly contagious.
They can drain your momentum, taint your reputation, even spread actual bad luck, he suggests.
So the key ideas are meticulously curate your environment. Surround yourself with positive, successful, upwardly mobile people.
And consciously isolate yourself from chronic pessimists, those perpetually plagued by misfortune.
Historically, leaders have exiled complainers, those seen as bringing bad omens.
To maintain morale, cohesion. Recognizing the destructive power of a single negative influence.
It raises that profoundly important question. How do you strategically curate your inner circle, your professional environment?
To optimize for your own success and well-being. Energy, positive and negative, is undeniably contagious.
Choose wisely who you allow into your sphere.
It's not about being heartless, but strategic self-preservation. Just like a physical disease spreads, so can negativity, doubt, impacting your judgment, opportunities, trajectory.
So what does this mean for us in the 2020s, in everyday professional life?
It plays out when people consciously cut ties with chronic pessimists, those who constantly complain.
To focus on their goals, maintain a positive outlook. It's self-preservation for your mental, emotional, professional energy.
For example, forming alliances with people who have a track record of success and mutual support.
Allows for reciprocal benefit. Demonstrates the power of choosing associations carefully. Collective uplift.
Rather than being dragged down by those who just consume resources without contributing.
Let's consider Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you.
Dependency as a tool for power.
Greene's insight. Creating a deliberate sense of reliance in others secures your position, ensures loyalty, solidifies your power base.
The tactics. Make yourself utterly indispensable. Offer services, skills, knowledge others can't easily get elsewhere, or that you provide uniquely well.
Machiavelli advised princes to foster needs in their subjects, their courtiers.
Making themselves the ultimate, irreplaceable solution to those needs.
By becoming the essential provider, the prince ensured loyalty, his own unshakable power. Their well-being was tied to his presence.
What's fascinating here is transforming dependency from a weakness into a powerful, enduring bond.
Why should you care?
Because becoming the vital source others can't live without provides unique leverage, unshakable security.
It fundamentally shifts the power dynamic in your favor.
Others must actively seek you out, align with your interests, to fulfill their own crucial needs, transforms a simple transaction into a vital relationship.
For a powerful U.S. political example, 2024 politics.
Donald Trump's endorsements.
Exactly. He made candidates highly dependent on his endorsement to win primaries, elections.
His endorsement became indispensable, a kingmaker effect so potent
That candidates had to align with him, actively seek his favor.
created strong, undeniable dependency, ensured their loyalty, compliance, because their political future was tied to his support.
Our final law for this section is Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim.
Cunning. Deeply psychological, this one.
Greene's insight, a calculated act of kindness, honesty, or generosity, deployed at the right moment.
Can effectively lower people's defenses, making them susceptible to your true underlying intentions.
The key idea: time these gestures for maximum psychological effect. A dash of honey catches more flies than vinegar.
Con artists in the Gilded Age often did this. A small, genuine favor, a seemingly honest detail.
To meticulously build trust before executing a larger scam, using that initial goodwill as a powerful lever.
If we connect this to the broader picture, it reveals how perceived virtue can be a profoundly powerful form of manipulation.
A Trojan horse for deeper intentions.
Which raises that important question. How can you discern genuine goodwill from calculated disarming tactics?
Forces you to look beyond the surface gesture. Critically question the underlying motive.
Recognizing that even generosity can be a strategic move in the game of power.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Bernard Madoff in the 2000s.
Used selective truths, offered seemingly legitimate, consistent returns for years.
To disarm his victims before the Ponzi scheme collapsed, the initial credible returns made people trust him implicitly with their life savings.
Proves the efficacy of this deceptive tactic.
Or think about organizations using initial legal moves or significant charitable contributions, like the Clinton Foundation, perhaps.
While often doing genuine good, these acts can also serve to build influence, garner goodwill.
Subtly disarm potential critics or regulators. Create a favorable operating environment.
It's a complex interplay. Genuine actions can have powerful strategic secondary benefits. It's not always nefarious, but the effect can be the same.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We now turn to Part 3, Deepening Influence Psychological Levers, starting with Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest.
A fundamental truth about human motivation, this one.
Greene's insight. Appealing to altruism is often less effective, less reliable.
Then framing requests around direct benefits or compelling advantages for the other person, motivating them to act.
Key ideas. Tap directly into egos, desires, practical needs, make it unequivocally about them, what they stand to gain.
Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal pitches, they weren't just abstract national recovery.
They consistently highlighted direct, tangible benefits for individual citizens. Jobs, security, hope.
Made it personally relevant, powerfully appealing to a desperate population.
What's fascinating here is that unvarnished truth. Most people are primarily driven by what's in it for them.
Why should you care?
Because if you want people to move mountains for you, you must first clearly show them how it benefits their mountain.
How it aligns with their aspirations or alleviates their fears. It's not cynical, it's realistic. Highly effective understanding of human nature.
Allows for more effective influence, powerful collaboration, shifting from asking favors to creating win-win scenarios.
So what does this mean in today's market? Tesla marketing its EVs.
The appeal isn't just saving the planet, noble as that is.
It often taps into the consumer's desire for cutting-edge tech, performance, aesthetics.
And yeah, maybe a bit of virtue signaling in the 2020s.
Buyers aren't just being altruistic, they're acquiring a powerful, technologically advanced, socially prestigious vehicle.
The marketing cleverly frames environmental responsibility in terms of personal gain, enhanced identity.
Making the choice emotionally and practically compelling, appealing to multiple layers of self-interest.
Next, we delve into Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy.
Gathering vital information under the guise of camaraderie.
Without revealing your true intentions or vulnerabilities. The essentials. Listen more than you speak. Observe every detail.
Meticulously collect data. Build rapport without letting your own guard down.
Cold War double agents did this expertly. Befriended targets gained trust.
To extract highly classified information. Shows how a facade of personal connection can be a powerful tool for intelligence gathering.
It raises that critical, often ethically tricky question. How do you balance genuine connection with strategic information gathering?
Trust, in this context, becomes a potent, delicate tool to be used cleverly with acute awareness.
It's about being present, engaged, but always with a strategic ear.
Listening not just to what's said, but what's implied. Underlying motivations. Hidden weaknesses and opportunities.
For a very real modern example, corporate networking today.
Individuals often act chummy, congenial, not just for pleasantries,
but with a deeper purpose. Scouting competitors' moves, gathering intel on industry shifts, subtly gauging threats.
Building relationships, yes, but also discreetly collecting data, piecing together the competitive landscape.
This informal espionage is vital, if often unspoken, in navigating professional environments, gaining an edge.
Definitely.
Moving to Law 15. Crush your enemy. Totally.
Ruthless. Starkly pragmatic, though.
Greene's insight. Don't leave any embers of resentment or capacity for revenge. Even a small remnant can reignite.
Total decisive victory eliminates all future threats, ensures lasting security.
Key ideas. Half measures invite dangerous comebacks. Decisive, overwhelming action is key.
Genghis Khan's campaigns often involved wiping out entire tribes, lineages.
To prevent future retaliation. Utterly consolidate power, ensuring conquests were absolute, enduring dominance.
If we connect this to strategy, it's stark advice. In conflicts where survival or vital interests are at stake.
If you engage, be prepared to go all the way to absolute victory.
Why care? Understanding this helps you recognize when others are applying this ruthless strategy against you.
And how to either avoid such confrontations or defend against them with equal resolve. Recognizing the zero-sum nature of some power struggles.
Here's where it gets interesting in business. Tech monopolies.
Once dominant, They often move to squash nascent startups completely.
Aggressive acquisition, sometimes just to shut them down. Predatory market tactics, leaving no room for future competition.
They don't just win market share, they eliminate future threats. A corporate version of crushing the enemy totally.
Securing their long-term unchallenged position.
Next up, Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor.
The power of scarcity, a psychological trick.
Greene's insight. Absence, skillfully deployed, increases value. Strategic withdrawal, temporary absence.
Can heighten your mystique, make others yearn for your return, elevate your perceived importance.
Key ideas.
Yeah.
Don't saturate the market with your constant presence. Create a sense of longing, anticipation.
Monarchs often did this, retreated from public life for periods.
Building mystique, making their eventual reappearance a grand anticipated event, reinforcing their authority.
So what does this mean for you in your sphere? It suggests less can be more when timed right.
Raises the question, how can you strategically manage your presence, online and off?
To increase perceived value and influence, making appearances feel like events, not commonplace.
Cultivating anticipation. Ensuring when you do engage, your presence carries weight, elevating status, desirability.
Think about stars like Adele in the 2020s.
Strategically spacing out album releases, public appearances.
Her significant absences between projects dramatically heighten the hype, anticipation.
Making each new offering a major cultural event. Fans aren't just waiting for music, they're waiting for Adele to reappear.
Making her presence, her output, all the more valuable when she returns. Deliberate scarcity transforming output into spectacle. It's a masterclass in managing presence.
Let's consider Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability.
This one challenges our desire for order.
Greene's insight. Consistent patterns breed predictability, which opponents can exploit.
Instead, deliberately mix patterns. Introduce chaos. Keep opponents off balance, fearful, constantly reacting, not planning.
Key ideas. Introduce surprise, chaos. Predictability is a chain, break it to maintain control.
Joseph Stalin's purges, unpredictable shifts in loyalty.
Kept everyone around him, even allies, in constant fear, compliance. Because no one could predict his next move or who'd fall next.
Connecting this to psychology, it challenges our need for stability, predictable outcomes.
Why should you care?
Understanding the power of unpredictability helps you either employ it strategically or defend against it when others try to keep you guessing.
It's a highly disruptive tactic, designed to prevent others forming stable strategies against you, keeping them uncertain. Different. Okay, modern political context, 2025. Donald Trump's use of sudden, unexpected sanctions.
On various firms, entities, abrupt, unforeseen move.
Created palpable fear. Crucially, immediate compliance across sectors, because no one could confidently predict his next move, his next target.
The very lack of a clear pattern amplified their impact, forced industries, governments to react defensively, cautiously.
Not proactively planned. Deliberate unpredictability keeps everyone on edge, focused on his next action. Immense leverage.
A powerful destabilizing tool.
Our final law for this section, Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous.
A profound paradox, this one.
Greene's insight. Cutting yourself off, even for self-protection, ultimately leaves you blind.
Blind to brewing dangers, deprives you of vital intelligence, crucial alliances, necessary support.
Key ideas. Stay actively engaged. Robust networks provide eyes and ears. Walls block views both ways, making you vulnerable.
Isolated rulers in Byzantine empires often fell because they lost touch, missed shifts in factions, became blind to rebellions.
Precisely because isolation cut off vital intelligence and support.
What's fascinating is that counterintuitive truth. What seems like security can become profound vulnerability.
Raises the question, how do you build strong defenses, personal and professional?
That don't also cut you off from essential information, feedback, support.
True security often comes from a strong, engaged network, not retreating behind walls that ironically leave you vulnerable.
To unforeseen, unseen threats.
So what does this mean for leadership today? Remote and hybrid work era.
Leaders isolating themselves, relying only on official reports, top-down comms.
Risk completely missing the crucial pulses, sentiments, unspoken challenges of their staff.
Leads to profound disconnect, plummeting morale, potential unrest, because they're not engaging directly, empathetically.
The fortress of remote management, without genuine connection, can ironically make a leader far more vulnerable.
To internal challenges, dissent, more than they realize.
Okay, let's move into part 4. Welcome back. We're now entering part 4, navigating the landscape, adaptability, and perception, beginning with Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person.
Critical. Often overlooked, this one.
Greene's insight. Meticulously assess individuals you interact with. Avoid missteps with severe, unforeseen consequences.
Key ideas. Expertly read egos. Discern hidden influences. Understand subtle power dynamics. Knowledge prevents costly explosions.
Historically, envoys in diplomacy often blundered, unwittingly insulting cultural norms.
Or fatally underestimating the power of seemingly minor figures, sparking unforeseen conflicts. Avoidable with better intelligence, social acuity.
It raises that incredibly important question for all of us. How adept are you at truly reading a room?
Understanding invisible hierarchies. Gauging temperament, true influence.
It's about cultivating social intelligence as essential self-preservation, strategic advantage.
Not enough to be just smart or competent. Must be acutely sensitive to the nuanced interplay of power and personality.
To avoid costly, reputation-damaging errors.
For a tangible, modern example, global mergers and acquisitions in the 2020s.
Countless deals soured not due to finances or legal hurdles.
But primarily from cultural oversights. Misjudging key decision-makers' personalities, true influence in a foreign company.
A seemingly small, slight, inappropriate gesture, misinterpretation, could derail months of negotiations.
All because someone failed to truly know who they were dealing with beyond the official title. Highlights that soft skills, cultural understanding are crucial.
Often more crucial than hard business metrics.
Next, Law 20. Do not commit to anyone.
Maintaining ultimate flexibility.
Greene's insight. Keep flexibility in alliances, commitments. Preserve options. Avoid being tied to losing causes or individuals.
Key ideas. Actively avoid being locked into one side. Loyalty in the pursuit of power is often fluid. Flow with it. Adapt.
Mercenaries throughout history gained power by skillfully shifting sides based on advantageous opportunities, superior offers.
Not unwavering loyalty. Their lack of commitment became their greatest strategic strength. Leverage.
If we connect this, it fundamentally challenges the conventional wisdom that steadfast loyalty is always a virtue.
Why care?
Because in dynamic, rapidly changing environments, maintaining options, remaining uncommitted can be your greatest asset, ensuring long-term survival, prosperity.
Allows you to pivot quickly, adapt to new reality, align with whichever force best serves your evolving interests.
Rather than being dragged down by a sinking ship or a stagnant alliance.
Here's where it gets interesting in American politics. Independent or swing voters in 2024.
They don't commit to a party. Their immense power lies precisely in their ability to shift support.
This non-committal stance forces candidates from all sides to court them actively, address their concerns, earn their vote.
Not take it for granted. Their unaligned position gives them outsized influence. They represent the crucial undecided block,
forcing contenders to adapt to them.
Let's delve into Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker seem dumber than your mark.
Feigning weakness, ignorance, incompetence.
To lure others into dangerous overconfidence, making them susceptible to your true, hidden plans.
Key ideas. Deliberately underplay your intelligence. Bait with bait. Create an illusion of vulnerability.
The Trojan horse. Perfect embodiment. Appearing as a gift, a sign of surrender.
Brilliantly fooled the Trojans, believed they'd won. Allowed Greeks to infiltrate, conquer from within.
What's fascinating is that psychological manipulation of ego. The irresistible urge to feel superior.
Why should you care?
Understanding this tactic helps you avoid being the sucker yourself when others try to play you.
Teaches you to be wary when someone seems overly naive, eager to please, surprisingly incompetent.
Recognizing it might be a calculated maneuver to lower your guard, exploit your overconfidence.
So modern business, negotiations, especially 2020s deals,
Acting deliberately naive or less informed than you are.
can often lead the other party to reveal too much critical info, or offer significantly more favorable terms, believing they have the upper hand.
You subtly encourage them to feel superior, do the talking, exposing their own weaknesses, bottom line, critical data.
Allowing you to strike a much more advantageous deal they never saw coming.
Now Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power.
Counterintuitive, this one. Yielding or retreating strategically.
Can be a powerful setup for ultimate victory, turning perceived weakness into strength.
Key ideas. Retreat to advance. Bend, don't break. Flexibility outlasts rigidity.
Fabius Maximus, Second Punic War. Delayed Hannibal with guerrilla tactics, refused direct battle. perceived weakness.
This Fabian strategy ultimately wore down the enemy, conserved Roman resources, exhausted Hannibal, led to Roman victory.
Demonstrates how strategic retreat can be precursor to triumph.
Connecting this to strategy, it teaches power isn't always direct confrontation.
Raises the question, how can you strategically yield or adapt to situations that seem overwhelming?
And turn them to your long-term advantage. Requires patience, foresight, wisdom to recognize the longest way around is sometimes the shortest way home.
Relevant U.S. business example. Post-2020 crises, many companies pivoted business models.
Embraced temporary surrender to old ways, strategically withdrew from segments to find new resilient paths.
Not surrendering ultimate goals, but tactical retreat, profound adaptation, allowed survival, eventual thriving.
Reevaluating, innovating core strategies, bent with the market rather than breaking against its force.
Next, Law 23. Concentrate your forces.
Crystal clear insight. Dispersing energy resources across too many ventures.
Leads to diluted efforts, mediocrity, failure. Instead, channel everything into one decisive strike, one critical area for maximum impact.
Key ideas. Rigorously prioritize, scatter less, hit harder.
Alexander the Great's campaigns, marked by targeted, focused strikes on key strategic points, not broad, unfocused engagements.
Understood overwhelming force, applied at a single critical juncture, could yield disproportionately large, decisive results.
So what does this mean for you in a world of distractions, competing demands?
It's about understanding, harnessing the power of singular focus.
Why care? Learning to ruthlessly concentrate efforts on vital goals leads to breakthroughs, decisive victories.
Whereas scattered attention brings mediocrity, wasted effort, diffused impact. This law is a powerful reminder of single-minded purpose.
Interesting in contemporary American politics, 2025 campaigns like Trump's
Often use highly focused attacks on key issues or specific opponents, concentrating messaging, resources for maximum effect in critical areas.
don't try to win every argument everywhere. Identify a vulnerability, a resonant theme, then pour persuasive power or resources into that single point.
Aiming for a decisive blow, not diffuse engagement.
Our final law for this section, Law 24. Play the perfect courtier.
Mastering the intricate art of social navigation, subtle charm, sophisticated influence.
To gain favor, avoid offense in any social hierarchy.
Key ideas. Flatter subtly. Adapt persona flawlessly. Appear graceful, poised, self-controlled. Be the social chameleon.
Courtiers under Louis XIV at Versailles. Unparalleled masters, navigating complex social dances, etiquette, power plays. To win favors, avoid king's displeasure.
Survival often depended on exquisite social dexterity, projecting an impeccable image.
What's fascinating is even in seemingly modern democratic environments, nuanced understanding of social grace, unspoken rules remains crucial.
Raises the question, how polished are your social skills? How effectively do you consciously use them for strategic influence?
Not just pleasantries. Understanding every interaction is a performance. Mastering it opens doors, builds influence more effectively than raw talent alone.
Okay, corporate context. Corporate boards today.
Individuals who network smoothly, engage in polite but strategic conversations, always seem to know the right thing to say.
Often the ones who rise. Embody the modern courtier. Understanding influence gained through delicate social maneuvers.
Building alliances, projecting unflappable competence, collegiality, even amidst disagreements or competition. Being profoundly socially savvy at the top.
Okay, let's move into our next section. We're now moving into Part 5, Reinvention and Covert Action, starting with Law 25. Recreate yourself.
A powerful call to personal agency, this one.
Greene's insight. Don't be confined by your past, by others' perceptions, by any fixed identity.
Instead, boldly reinvent your persona, skills, approach. Stay relevant, fresh, powerful.
Key ideas. Evolve consciously. Shed old roles. Embrace transformation. You are your own canvas. You have the power to redefine yourself.
Madonna's career is the prime example. Constant, deliberate reinvention, shedding old personas from the 80s through the 2000s.
Kept her at the forefront of pop culture by continually surprising, redefining herself, never becoming predictable or stale.
Raises a profound question. Are you allowing others or your past to rigidly define you, your future potential?
Why care?
Because taking active control of your narrative, daring to strategically reinvent yourself, can unlock entirely new levels of power, opportunity, fulfillment.
Realizing identity isn't fixed, but a malleable, powerful tool. Can be shaped to meet new challenges, seize opportunities, dictate your destiny.
So today's digital age, 2020's influencers rebranding post-scandals.
Or celebrities making dramatic career shifts, acting to business, music to philanthropy.
Show identity can be a fluid, dynamic tool for relevance, influence. Public perception can be remade.
A strategic, bold overhaul can reignite a career, propel it in a new direction, captivate audiences anew.
Next up, Law 26. Keep your hands clean.
Maintaining a pristine public image.
Greene's insight. Avoid direct involvement in unpleasant tasks, ethically ambiguous actions, public controversies.
Use proxies, scapegoats shrewdly. Maintain your unblemished image, deflect blame.
Key ideas. Delegate messes. Strategic distance preserves polish, reputation.
Popes often employed cardinals, other figures for less savory political or punitive actions.
Keeping their own hands clean. Preserving spiritual authority from worldly contamination, moral critique.
What's fascinating is the strategic detachment needed to maintain an unblemished reputation in a world eager to find fault.
Why should you care?
Understanding this law lets you protect your own image effectively. And, equally important, recognize when others use proxies to execute their will, ensuring you don't inadvertently become an unwitting scapegoat in their schemes, being aware of the chain of command, responsibility, plausible deniability.
Okay, modern corporate leadership. CEOs facing controversies, product failures, ethical lapses, data breaches.
Often strategically outsource investigations. Delegate difficult public announcements to lower execs, PR firms.
Deliberately distances themselves from immediate fallout. Lets the storm pass over others. Their reputation remains less tarnished, less directly implicated.
Expertly managing optics, ensuring a buffer between themselves and the messy details. Let's consider Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following.
Tapping into that inherent, almost primal desire for purpose, belonging, belief. To create a devoted, intensely loyal following.
Key ideas. Offer a grand, compelling vision, a transcendent cause. Belief, once forged, is profoundly binding.
Charismatic cult leaders promised enlightenment, salvation, a utopian future, and inspired intense, sometimes fanatical loyalty.
From devoted crowds seeking meaning, community, connection in an unstable world.
Connecting this to the human experience, it reviews how fundamental the need is to believe in something larger than oneself. Be part of a meaningful collective.
Raises the question, how do leaders or even brands tap into this powerful need, create profound loyalty beyond mere transaction?
It's about understanding the deep emotional, psychological void a compelling narrative, charismatic vision, strong community can fill.
And strategically crafting that vision to resonate profoundly.
Interesting in the 2020s, influencers building massive fan bases around specific ideals, lifestyles, online communities.
Expertly giving followers a sense of belonging, a cause to believe in, translating into significant influence, engagement, sales.
Fitness guru promising transformation, financial expert offering path to wealth, lifestyle blogger selling aspirational dream.
Create a belief system fostering intense devotion, blurring lines between product, personality, shared purpose.
Now, Law 28, enter action with boldness.
A lesson in seizing momentum. Hesitation breeds doubt, invites opposition, signals weakness.
Instead, act with supreme confidence, unwavering audacity. Disarm threats, inspire followers, gain unstoppable momentum.
Key idea, timidity loses races. Plunge into action without hesitation even when uncertain.
Explorers like Columbus, facing unknowns, doubts, skepticism, entered voyages with boldness that overcame obstacles.
Demonstrating sheer audacity can overcome odds by force of will.
What's fascinating is how confidence itself becomes a powerful, self-fulfilling prophecy, shaping reality through its sheer force.
Why care? Overcoming timidity, embracing boldness is often the crucial first step to seizing opportunities, making lasting impact.
Projecting unwavering belief in your success inspires others, demoralizes opponents, clears paths blocked by doubt. So, modern startup world, 2020s. Bold launches, even with imperfect products.
Often gain more traction, funding, than cautious pursuit of elusive perfection.
First mover advantage frequently comes from audacity, willingness to put something innovative out there, iterate quickly, make a splash.
Rather than waiting for perfection that may never arrive.
Next, Law 29. Plan all the way to the end.
Necessity of foresight in strategic endeavors. Don't just plan the first step or next few.
Envision the entire trajectory. Meticulously anticipate obstacles. Map out comprehensive contingencies. Ensure success, avoid being caught off guard.
Key idea. Think like a chess grandmaster. Endgames win games.
Great military campaigns, Rome to modern warfare, relied on meticulous long-range planning, considering multiple scenarios, outcomes, not just initial engagement, but the whole war. Connecting this to complex endeavors underscores paramount importance of foresight, comprehensive strategic thinking.
Raises the question, how often do you truly think several steps ahead, beyond the immediate goal, in projects, career, personal objectives?
Developing the strategic mindset to see beyond the horizon, anticipating challenges, preparing methodically, having robust contingencies before they arise.
Okay, modern tech roles. 2025 project managers, product developers.
Constantly asked to plan not just development, but rollout, potential user feedback, future iterations, envisioning the entire product life cycle.
From inception to sunset. Anticipating every twist, not just focusing on the immediate sprint or milestone.
Comprehensive end-to-end planning crucial for long-term success, sustainability in complex projects. Final law for this section, Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless.
A powerful lesson in perception management. Strategically conceal the toil, sweat, hard work behind achievements.
Create an aura of natural talent, innate genius, magical ease, enhances your power mystique.
Key ideas. Deliberately hide the mechanics, ease and chance.
Renaissance artists like Michelangelo, renowned for making masterpieces appear to flow effortlessly from genius, masking immense labor, complex engineering, painstaking detail, physical effort. So what does this mean for your public image, professional presence? It's profoundly about perception management, controlling how achievements are viewed.
Why care?
Appearing effortlessly competent, naturally gifted, commands more respect, admiration, awe than openly displaying struggles, exhaustive efforts, grinding labor.
Cultivates image of inherent superiority, grace. Makes achievements seem more impressive because they appear without visible effort, almost like magic.
Here's where it gets interesting, especially social media. The effortless influencers of the 2020s.
Curate highly polished, seemingly spontaneous lives. Appear without struggle, perfectly put together, glamorous.
Yet, behind the scenes, team of stylists, photographers, editors, countless hours planned content creation.
Illusion of effortless ease, perfection carefully constructed. Inspire envy, aspiration, connection. Masking extensive, often grueling work required.
Okay, so let's take another quick break. More laws coming up. Welcome back. We're diving into Part 6, Psychological Warfare and Control, kicking off with Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal.
A masterstroke in subtle manipulation, this one.
Greene's insight. Limit choices available to others. Meticulously frame alternatives to whatever decision they make. It serves your agenda.
Key ideas. Expertly stack the deck. Choices, when managed, are often illusions when you control the menu.
Cunning negotiators presented limited options, carefully constructed to seem reasonable.
Forcing counterparts into choices all inherently favorable to the negotiator, regardless of which they chose.
What's fascinating is the subtlety of control. Illusion of free choice masking a predetermined outcome.
Why care?
Recognizing when your options are being managed, funneled allows you to reclaim agency, make truly independent decisions, or strategically deploy this tactic yourself.
Requires keen, analytical eye to spot hidden agenda, carefully constructed limitations behind seemingly open choices.
Okay, modern e-commerce, marketing funnels today.
Often presented with choices, basic, premium, ultimate package.
But each option carefully designed, priced to subtly guide you towards a specific, profitable outcome for the seller.
Basic seems too limited, ultimate too expensive, making premium feel most reasonable, value-driven, desirable.
Even though it's the one the seller wanted you to pick. Customer feels independent decision, but options were manipulated.
Next, Law 32. Play to people's fantasies.
Exploiting inherent hopes, dreams, desires. By promising wonders, creating compelling illusions.
Reality is often harsh, mundane. Fantasy is more captivating, inspiring, motivating.
Key ideas. Promise what people desperately want to believe. Potent fantasies fuel devoted followings.
Charlatans, alchemists promised impossible cures, riches, captivating audiences desperate for a magical solution.
Connecting this to the human condition reveals immense power of aspiration, need for something beyond the mundane.
Raises the question, how are you inspiring others or yourself with compelling visions, potent dreams? Are you discerning enough to differentiate genuine aspiration from empty promises?
Recognizing psychological vulnerability with deep desires. Skill required to tap into that wellspring of hope.
Interesting, in 2020's advertising, product pitches less about tangible features.
More about utopian lifestyle, profound sense of belonging, the product promises.
Luxury car isn't just transport, it's freedom, status, adventure. Tech gadget isn't just tool, it's gateway to more connected, efficient, joyful existence.
Advertisements play on aspirations, selling dreams, identities, emotional fulfillment, not just goods.
Let's consider Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew.
Deep dive into individual psychology. Identify unique weaknesses, hidden insecurities, specific levers to influence or control.
Key ideas. Observe others incredibly closely,
Yeah.
acutely. Everyone has a lever of vulnerability.
Interrogators, intel agents sought personal vulnerabilities, desires, greed, ambition, fear, vice, insecurity to extract info, compliance, exert control.
What's fascinating is the profound psychological insight, the astute observation needed to understand others so intimately.
Why care?
Knowing this helps protect your vulnerabilities from exploitation, and critically, understand motivations behind others' actions.
Reading people, not necessarily to exploit, but navigate interactions with greater awareness, foresight, strategic acumen.
So, modern sales, psychology, understanding clients' deepest needs, fears, aspirations.
Allows tailoring approach, offering solutions they can't refuse. Knowing their why hesitant, what drives them, what insecurity product addresses.
Understanding their thumbscrew, present proposal as perfect, irresistible solution to most pressing, often unspoken, desires problems. Now, Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one.
Power of self-perception, outward presentation. Project unwavering aura of confidence, dignity, authority.
Your outward bearing influences how others perceive, treat you.
Key ideas. Consciously project authority. Attitude rules perceptions.
Napoleon, commoner by birth, consciously cultivated regal bearing, imperial style, aura of destiny, commanded respect, cemented image as powerful leader.
Acted like a king, treated as one.
Connecting this to human experience emphasizes incredible power of self-perception, how it translates externally.
It raises question, how are you consciously presenting yourself? Does it align with how you wish to be perceived, treated?
Internal self-worth, external presentation, inextricably linked in shaping how others respond.
Okay, entrepreneurial world, 2020s. Aspiring entrepreneurs dress the part, adopt confident, visionary demeanor. Project success before achieving it.
Projected image influences investors, partners, causes them to treat entrepreneurs with respect, seriousness, image demands.
Don't wait for success to confer authority. Embody authority first, attracting success sought.
Next, Law 35. Master the art of timing.
Patience, acute perception, precise timing crucial. Knowing when to act decisively, when to wait, when to retreat.
Makes all the difference between success and failure.
Key ideas. Intuitively sense rhythms. Impeccable timing trumps raw speed, brute force.
Great opportunists seized moments, circumstances ripe for ambitions, not forcing situations prematurely, risking failure. So what does this mean for you? Daily life, strategic planning, developing intuitive understanding of event flow, awareness to recognize, seize opportune moment.
Why care?
Rushing or delaying undoes brilliant plans. Patience isn't passive waiting, active skill of strategic awareness. Capitalize when circumstances most favorable. Interesting in finance, 2025 investments. See how precise market timings when to buy, sell, hold, often more critical than the asset itself.
Brilliant investment. Wrong time yields poor returns. Moderate investment time perfectly brings immense wealth. Highlights when, often as important as what.
Final law for this section, Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge.
Profound psychological lesson. Acknowledging what you can't possess amplifies its power over you. Fuels envy, wastes mental energy.
Strategically ignoring it diminishes importance, starves desire, allows psychological control, inner peace.
Key ideas.
Yeah.
Actively feign indifference. Ignorance starves desire, opponents' provocation attempts.
Scorned lovers feigning indifference find former partners more intrigued, tormented than if pursued. Lack of reaction deprives other of desired emotional response.
What's fascinating is the sophisticated psychological game.
Yeah.
Projection, desire, emotional self-mastery.
Raises question. How much mental energy you expend on things uncontrollable, unpossessable. Sometimes the most powerful move is turn away.
Denying opponent-fulfilled desires, satisfaction of seeing efforts affect you. Emotional self-mastery, redirecting energy.
Okay, modern rivalries. Personal, professional. Pointedly ignoring competitors' provocations, achievements. Often more unsettling, disempowering than direct retaliation.
Rival launches petty attack, flaunts minor victory. Complete lack of acknowledgement shows actions beneath notice. Robs them of reaction sought, diminishes perceived importance. Subtle but powerful psychological warfare.
Let's transition to our next set of laws.
Welcome back. We're now entering part 7. Spectacle, subterfuge, and disrupting norms, starting with Law 37. Create compelling spectacles.
Jazz and awe people, grand shows, elaborate gestures, dramatic displays.
Captivate attention, bypass logic, enhance power, mystique. Key ideas. Stage drama. Spectacle sways opinions, creates legend, engraves itself in memory.
Roman triumphs. Conquering generals paraded spoils, captives, designed to create awe, inspire loyalty, reinforce imperial might, imprinting grandeur, power upon populace.
Raises question in our media-saturated world. How are you making achievements, ideas, presence memorable in crowded environment?
Why care? In world of distractions, compelling spectacle cuts through clutter, ingrains itself deep in minds, lasting emotional impression mere facts can't achieve.
That appeals directly to emotions, imagination, desire for wonder.
So modern entertainment, Super Bowl halftimes, often more anticipated than game.
Meticulously choreographed, expensive spectacles capture global attention, create lasting impressions. Beyond music, become cultural touchstones.
Scale, creativity, star power ensure millions talk long after game, amplifying events reach cultural impact far beyond sports fans. Next, Law 38.
Think as you like, but behave like others.
Pragmatic lesson in survival, strategic camouflage. Maintain independent thoughts, beliefs internally, but outwardly conform to social norms, conventions, group expectations. Avoid being ostracized, targeted, perceived as threat.
Key ideas. Expertly camouflage true thoughts. Survival often demands suitable outward persona.
Heretics, revolutionaries, and repressive societies often outwardly conform to orthodoxy while secretly harboring true beliefs, plans, necessary self-preservation.
What's fascinating is the strategic utility of blending in. Appearing unremarkable allows operating beneath radar while quietly developing vision, exerting influence.
Raises question. How balance authentic self-intellectual independence with practical need to avoid conflict, maintain acceptance, avoid targeting, being pragmatic, adaptable without compromising core integrity?
Okay, contemporary workplaces. Individuals learn fit in with corporate culture, expectations, even if inwardly disagree with policies, strategy, groupthink.
Might express compliant opinions in meetings, follow procedures, adhere norms, while secretly formulating alternatives, planning career moves, harboring reservations.
Outward conformity allows navigating careers successfully. Avoid targeting for dissent. Gather intelligence without seeming outsider.
Moving on, Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish.
Cynical but effective tactic. Deliberately create confusion, discord, unrest.
Obscure motives, gain advantage, force opponents into mistakes. Key ideas. Provoke chaos. Disorder delivers unforeseen opportunities, disorients adversaries.
Agitators deliberately inflame tensions, spread rumors, orchestrated crises, destabilize opponents, rally support for own cause. Recognizing in confusion, instability, new opportunities arise.
Connecting this to geopolitical social landscape, stark reminder chaos can be calculated tool, not accident.
Like care. Understanding helps recognize when others attempt to disorient you, team, organization to advantage. Critically, however, remain clear-headed amidst engineered turmoil, seeing method in madness.
Interesting in contemporary politics. Exploiting, amplifying existing social tensions, political divides, protests.
Meticulously create an environment of disorder, uncertainty. Certain actors leverage heightened disarray for political gains.
Fanning flames of division, creating perceived crisis. Discredit opponents, shift attention from own weaknesses, present selves as only solution to instability. Consolidating power amidst chaos they engineer. Next, Law 40. Despise the free lunch.
Vital warning for maintaining independence. Be wary of anything offered free. Almost always comes with hidden obligations, unspoken expectations, unseen strings.
Compromise freedom, autonomy. Key ideas. Earn respect, independence. Freebies bind.
Self-made tycoons, independent leaders rejected handouts. Understood true worth, freedom came from earned success, not charity leverageable later.
What's fascinating is the profound hidden cost of perceived generosity. How subtly undermines autonomy, future options.
Raises question. How deeply value independence? How adept avoiding situations where apparent gift becomes insidious, binding obligation, eroding freedom? Recognizing true power often lies in freedom from obligation, bought at price of rejecting perceived charity.
So professionals in 2020s, savvy pros, deeply skeptical, easy gigs, too good to be true offers.
Understand such opportunities lead to disproportionate demands, unspoken allegiances, compromises on values.
Free collaboration, generous investment might come with hidden expectation of loyalty, exclusivity, future concession costing far more long run. Now, Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes.
Crucial for navigating succession, establishing legacy, Succeeding, powerful, iconic figure. Don't emulate directly, follow path rigidly.
Bravely forge own distinct path. Innovate. Establish unique identity. Avoid being constantly compared, judged, found wanting.
Key ideas.
Innovate.
Anew, blaze own path. Many historical heirs failed trying to replicate predecessor style, not establishing own identity, forever remaining in shadow.
Connecting this to leadership, legacy, highlights inherent difficulty succession. Necessity establishing unique identity, especially following someone iconic.
Raises question. How honor, build upon powerful legacy while still making own indelible mark. Carving space for own distinct vision, leadership. Leveraging past without being trapped. Authentically building upon, not merely replicating.
Okay, corporate world. New CEO takes over from successful, iconic founder. Most successful don't mimic. Redefine legacy.
Bring own fresh vision, distinct strategy, unique leadership style. Rather than living in shadow. Overhaul strategy, new culture, focus new markets. Establishing own leadership, forging new path.
Final law for this section, Law 42, strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter.
Brutal but effective strategy for dismantling group organization, target leader.
Eliminating head, central figure. Causes rest, sheep fall into disarray, lose direction, scatter. Key ideas, aim high. Toppling central figure causes structure tumble.
Political assassinations aim destabilizing regimes, movements by removing central figure, often leading power vacuums, chaos.
So what does this mean for you? Group dynamics, leadership, stark reminder criticality, strong leadership, maintaining cohesion, direction, morale.
Why care? Understanding tactic helps protect own leadership position. Critically, recognize when others attempt destabilize group targeting core figure. Anticipate, counteract moves, highlights vulnerability, centralized power.
Interesting in corporate environments. Undermining boss, key project leader, often cause entire teams' morale, direction collapse, even if members competent.
Leader's authority eroded, publicly discredited, forced out. Project flounders, team fragments, lost guidance, plans fall apart, absence, central guiding force.
We're heading into our final stretch.
Welcome back. We're now moving into our final section, Part 8, the nuances of enduring power, empathy, adaptation, and knowing when to stop, starting with Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others.
A shift here. True, profound, lasting power, not solely from force or logic,
But winning people over through emotional appeal, genuine empathy, deep understanding desires, hopes, fears.
key idea. Appeal emotionally. Deep emotions create more enduring loyalty, commitment than rational argument.
Great orators like Cicero, Martin Luther King Jr. moved masses not just with facts, logic.
But tapping into deepest hopes, fears, sense of justice, forging emotional bond, inspiring profound action, lasting devotion.
What's fascinating is while many laws focus strategic distance, manipulation, this highlights lasting power, genuine connection, empathy, understanding.
Raises question, how effectively are you appealing to emotional core values, aspirations of those you influence, rather than relying solely on logic? Recognizing rational arguments fall short without underlying emotional resonance.
Okay, today's leadership. Inspiring teams, fostering loyalty 2020s, often from leaders genuinely connecting with employees' aspirations, concerns, desire, purpose.
Build emotional bond beyond mere contractual obligation. Creating shared purpose, belonging, making employees feel valued, understood, inspires greater commitment, discretionary effort, long-term loyalty. Next, Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect.
Powerful psychological tactic. Confuse, mock, disorient enemies by precisely mirroring their actions, style, rhetoric back.
Key ideas. Mimic to mock. Reflection reveals hypocrisy, flaws, makes intensely uncomfortable with own behavior.
Political parodies, satirical plays disarmed, infuriated powerful figures holding up distorted mirror to behavior, making look foolish, hypocritical, out-touch, stripping dignity, power.
Connecting this to psychological warfare, debate. Effective psychological jujitsu, using opponents' force against them.
Why care? Understanding how use, defend against mirror effect, powerful tool, any confrontation, debate, negotiation, forces opponent confront own actions, exposes flaws more effectively than direct criticism.
Interesting in modern debates, 2020s, effective tactic counter opponent's style argument using similar framework tone.
Often exposes hypocrisy, makes uncomfortable their own reflection. Opponent uses aggressive attacks, respond equally over the top parodic version style, makes them look absurd, unhinged, turning weapon against them.
Let's consider Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once.
Delicate art, introducing innovation. Advocate necessary change, but introduce gradually. Meticulously avoid triggering fear, resistance, backlash.
Introduce innovations slowly. Allow ample time adapt. Integrate. Key ideas.
Pace revolutions. Progress often gentle waves, not destructive tidal waves.
Successful reformers introduce changes incrementally, allowing societies to adjust, not imposing sudden radical shifts leading rebellion, chaos, backfire.
What's fascinating is wisdom restraint, strategic patience pushing progress, recognizing deep-seated human aversion, radical upheaval, uncertainty.
Raises question, how balance need innovation, progress with human desire, stability, familiarity, control, understanding psychological comfort zone audience, employees, constituents, leading forward manageable steps.
So today, 2025 policies, corporate or governmental, incremental tweaks, phased implementations far more successful than sweeping overhauls.
Major, sudden changes meet significant resistance, cause anxiety, disrupt systems. Small, phased, well-communicated changes meet less resistance, allow smoother transitions, give time adapt, more likely stick.
Now, Law 46. Never appear too perfect.
Counterintuitive, but crucial. Displaying aura absolute, unblemished perfection inadvertently breeds envy, resentment, makes target for those feel inferior.
Shrewdly show few minor, relatable flaws. Appear genuinely human, approachable, less threatening. Key ideas.
Yeah.
Relate humbly. Visible imperfection bonds.
Historical idols fell grace not major flaws, but perceived perfection made seem inhuman, unrelatable, inviting backlash from resented, unattainable status.
Connecting this to human psychology. Managing potent human element envy. Powerful destructive force.
Raises question, how maintain image high competence without alienating people unrealistic portrayal perfection? Balance.
Allowing enough vulnerability, relatability, foster connection without undermining core authority.
Okay, celebrity culture. Stars sharing struggles, admitting minor imperfections, showing unvarnished reality, often cultivate stronger, authentic bond with fans.
Then those maintaining unblemished facade. Carefully chosen authenticity makes seem more human, trustworthy, less likely perceived arrogant, strategically protecting from harsh scrutiny, backlash. Next, Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop.
Crucial for sustaining power, avoiding self-sabotage. Overreach, unchecked greed after victory, paradoxically undo prior achievements, lead catastrophic loss.
Must know limits. Understand point diminishing returns. Learn when halt, consolidate gains, avoid pushing luck. Key ideas. No inherent limits. Dangers, victories, edge point, triumph turns hubris.
Empires collapsed due overexpansion after victories.
Yep.
Extending resources, control beyond sustainable limits, eventual downfall.
So what does this mean for you? Strategic pursuits. Cultivating wisdom restraint. Knowing precisely when enough is enough.
Why care? Learning stop at peak victory, consolidate gains, avoid overextending ensures longevity, prevents downfall, preserves resources. Temptation push further strong, but true strategic wisdom recognizes point diminishing returns, exercises discipline.
Interesting in modern business deals. Executives pushing every last concession after successful negotiation often risk souring relationship, losing deal entirely.
Go past winning into greed. Alienates other party, causes resentment, walk away. Rather than quitting ahead, securing good, mutually beneficial outcome. Highlights dangers pushing past optimal victory point.
Our final, arguably most profound, law. Law 48. Assume formlessness.
Maintaining ultimate absolute flexibility in dynamic, unpredictable world. Be like water, adapting seamlessly any container, flowing effortlessly around obstacles.
Never committing rigid, fixed form, easily attacked, broken. Key ideas flow around. Never pin down. Profoundly adapt or perish.
Guerrilla fighters.
Yes.
Fluid tactics, refusal conventional warfare, ability to blend seamless in landscape. Often outmaneuvered larger, rigid armies. Presented no fixed target. Discernible form strike.
What's fascinating is ultimate. Enduring power isn't static strength, rigid structure, predictable might, but profound adaptability, agility, radical refusal be pinned down.
Raises an incredibly important question. How rigid or flexible are you? Fundamental approach to life, challenges, opportunities. Can you truly assume formlessness, shedding old identities, strategies, assumptions when necessary? Navigate ever-changing world, emerge stronger.
Okay, uncertainties 2025. Businesses, individuals pivoting swiftly, adapting strategies, product offerings, core identity changing circumstances. Consistently one survive, thrive.
Rigidly clinging old models, fixed thinking, immutable identities often find selves obsolete, left behind. True formlessness means constantly reevaluating, reorganizing, willing become whatever shape required, overcome current obstacle, rather than breaking against unyielding force. Wow, we've just taken an extraordinary deep dive in the 48 Laws of Power, a journey through centuries of human ambition, strategy, cunning.
From never outshining the master all the way to assuming formlessness. These laws offer a stark, unflinching look at the raw dynamics of control, influence, governing human interaction throughout history into today.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, these aren't necessarily rules to live by, morally speaking.
No. Rather, they serve as a potent blueprint to understand, revealing intricate psychology behind interaction, relentless pursuit influence,
Our goal isn't to endorse every law.
but to arm you with the knowledge to recognize them when they're deployed around you, or understand motivations, mechanisms behind actions you observe.
You've now got a shortcut, perhaps, to understanding invisible forces at play. Every boardroom, social gathering, political maneuver.
It's about being profoundly well-informed, not just history, but the very fabric of power in your own life, the world around you.
Giving you a powerful new lens to perceive, navigate reality.
Which raises that final important question. In a world constantly vying for influence, power, what surprising patterns have you noticed in your own life or current events knowing these laws now?
How will this deeper understanding fundamentally change the way you navigate the intricate game of influence going forward? Something to think about.
Definitely food for thought.
Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible deep dive. We hope it's given you plenty to mull over and explore on your own.
Until next time, keep observing, keep questioning, and keep learning.
From all of us here at Book Podcast Zone, goodbye for now.